should have just.
Jeff's giving me.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, I've got it all. I've got
I
it.
already have.
Okay. I just didn't think.
Sports channel.
Kevin said they had ESP. Future Century Perception.
And I'm gonna say the sisters live here.
I'll just say it. It was just moved.
No. Implication.
Not here yet?
Remains
Not here.
out, so there's a question on that.
I'm waiting for him to say hi. That's not fair. I want to say hi.
So it's here. It's in the-
We're on. We're live.
Okay, all right.
That's what I thought.
Okay. All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are going to begin, and because Sister Michaela Randolph is not here, I would ask that you will all join me, and I will start us off with an invocation. Dear Lord, we come to you, gathered united as one in the city of Atchison. We ask that you bless this meeting, that you bless all those that have gathered here, that you give us wisdom, a sense of unity in you, and the will to do what is right for all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and before we officially start our meeting, I would just like to say that we will not have a presentation this evening. That presentation has been moved to November. And at this time, I will call the meeting to order. And Tina, could you please call the roll?
Mary Young,
Present.
Vice Mayor Wilcox.
Present.
Commissioner Greenlee,
Present.
Commissioner Murphy,
Present.
Commissioner Slattery.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. At this time, I will open the public forum. Persons who wish to address the City Commission regarding items that are not on the agenda, again, items that are not on the agenda, may do so at this time when called upon by the mayor. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, again, 3 minutes, please, and should give their name and address when addressing the commission. Any presentation is for information purposes only. Any and all written communication should be deposited with the city clerk. At this time, I will open public forum. And do we have anyone here wishing to speak about items that are not on the agenda? Okay, if not, I will close the public forum in 3, 2, 1. Public forum is closed. Now we will have Mr. Mark Westhoff, our city manager, with the consent agenda. Mr. Westhoff.
Thank you, Mayor, City Commissioners. 3 items on the consent agenda tonight. The first is to approve the minutes from your September 8th special City Commission meeting. Second is to approve the minutes from the September 15th, 2025 City Commission meeting. And the last is to approve an occupational license for Fox & Co. Apothecary, which is located at 112 North 4th Street. Staff had no concerns about their application.
Okay, all right. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, if
I
not,
move we adopt that consent agenda as read.
okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we adopt the consent agenda as read. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Westhoff. Next, we will have Mr. Curtis Wheeler, our Code Enforcement Officer, regarding our first new business, which is update on resolution number 3421, 1034 Santa Fe Street.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Wheeler.
How are you?
I am well,
Got
thank you.
visitors? So I'm just here for an update on 1034 Santa Fe, which was resolution 3421. Back in June, mid-June, you'd voted on a 100-day order that has expired. That being said, the owner, Jessica Burton, she's working with Joe Felton to sell the house. He has plans to remodel it, but they're just here, since it did expire, to make sure that everyone is still okay with them taking the time. Probably in the next 30 days, they should have the sale completed. Right now, it's just working through, there was some, what was it that was it Medicare? Or there was some liens and different things they've been trying to get cleared up, and it's taken a little more time than what they had expected. So once Joe takes ownership of it, he'll come back to the commission with his scope of work, timelines, and to then discuss with everyone and take questions then.
Okay, all right, very, very good. So you think within 30 days, you'll be able to have everything wrapped up and moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay,
When we talked, it's waiting for the attorney right now just to get all the
Okay.
paperwork. And that seems to be taking some time.
okay, all right. All right, commissioners, any questions?
I know Mr. Felton's done several houses and done a really nice job on them, and I think we ought to try to make this happen if we can. I think 60 days would be okay, so we aren't under some kind of big pressure, don't you?
I think so, I think that's fine. Does anyone
Okay.
else?
Well, the only thing is, it's in a worsened condition than when we originally discussed this property. Gotten worse. So I would think that the sooner the better would be preferable from a being dangerous standpoint. There is some danger there, building it.
I've already seen it. Just that west side of the house, it's the bricks coming off. I know how bad it is, so.
Well, the east side's not too good either.
Huh?
The east side, okay, it is,
No.
yeah,
It's just the west side.
yeah.
West side's really bad. I mean,
The north.
the only foundation issue really is the back. A little bit on the front, but the brick is really bad. I mean, it's got,
When he has plans, we talked about it already, and once he gets the property in his name, he's planning on starting immediately. Just to try to, because we are concerned about that brick still on that west side coming off and damaging. I mean, neighboring property owners are concerned also.
yeah, I've done several that were scheduled to be demolished. I've saved them. Saved one. 2013.
Okay,
Do we need a motion on?
It's all ready and ready to go.
okay, it is, and
Yeah,
you,
you just gotta pay and then give him the deed.
Pretty much.
Everything else is done.
okay, so payment, deed, waiting on, did you mention papers from an attorney? Is that the deed that you're waiting on?
Yeah, everything,
Okay.
all paperwork and stuff is signed to be sold
Okay.
for the amount that you just need for it and then the deed, and that's it.
Okay,
So it's all.
And then procedurally, there's nothing that you have to do tonight necessarily, except just kind of have this discussion. As soon as Mr. Felton turns in that information to Curtis, it'll trigger to have him come back and in official capacity, provide you, like you said, with the scope of work, financials, everything that you can take a look at and decide whether or not to rescind that demolition order and give him the chance to rehab the property.
okay, all right, very
Have you
good.
looked into the tax rebate part of that? Or this?
He told me, that's what I've done past.
Yeah, I thought you had.
On all of them, so.
That's why we're also hoping to get that paperwork soon before that time expires.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, all right, any other questions, concerns? Okay, all right, thank you very much, we appreciate your working on this, thank you.
Thank you, Joey.
All right, next we will have Phil Burke for our public hearing, Kearney Street right-of-way vacation request, and Allison Turnett. But Phil, if you could please brief us before we begin our public hearing.
I don't think there's a whole lot different than what you have in your packet, but
Okay.
The area of Kearney Street we're talking about is obviously within that Raven Hills area. Previously, they vacated Kearney Street between the new First Street, that section in there. And if we go to the east, the Kearney Street becomes a shared driveway. So this is an isolated piece of property as shown on the screen. Allison owns property on each side of it, so it would revert to her in totality.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, at this time, well, before we start, commissioners, do you have any questions?
You should do the public hearing
Okay,
first.
All right, let's have the public hearing. We will open the public hearing at 4:40. Okay, yes.
Thank you for allowing us to come today. My name's Allison Ternant, and I'm going to have my husband speak on my behalf regarding this issue. If that's
Okay,
all right with the
okay,
commission.
that's absolutely fine.
Thank you.
I don't get that opportunity very often, so I'll take advantage of it. Folks, I just want to maybe provide you with a little bit more information than you might have. I know a few of you are aware of these issues and others may not be. First, I wanted you to know that basically our goal here is to try to preserve this green space. With the rather intense development to our west, we have really on our properties that the last of the remaining foliage and trees, the old growth trees, are pretty much all on our property at this point. And we want to maintain that in a wild condition, if you will, in order to continue to provide a buffer between the more dense construction and development and the more rural kind of feeling that Washington Street has traditionally had. I would note that, just so you're aware, it's really not feasible, I've been told, to put a road in there. Obviously, this had intended to be a road, it intended to be Kearney. And I do remember that when I was discussing this with John and Dave at Vision 4, they had actually looked into putting the street in from 2nd Street to 1st Street, and they had determined it was going to cost more than $1 million to do that. And this short section right here, the terrain is much more extreme than it is on the west side. So bottom line, I mean, it's pretty clear why the city never put in a street. It just wasn't financially feasible to do that. It's also really not buildable because if you do vacate this, the city retains access to the right of the utility right away that runs through the middle of it. So you can't really build a house over the top of a public utility. So really all that it can be done with it is to maintain it as a green space, and we're committed to do that and to maintain it well. So bottom line, we're encouraging you to grant Allison's request. We'll get this property in the tax rolls where the city will be getting some taxes from it. We'll preserve that green space, and we now will be responsible, if you allow us to maintain it into the future. With that, folks, I greatly appreciate your consideration, and I have my fingers crossed.
You said, you threw me a loop there, you said that you currently own the property?
We own the property. My wife technically owns the property on both sides. We own the 4 lots to the south of this, and we own the lot to the north of this.
Okay.
So that's why I think Phil was indicating that because Allison owns both of those properties when it's vacated, in other words, there isn't one property owner to the north and a different property owner to the south, so you have to split the property. We own both properties. And to be quite frank, that's really the only reason we bought the property to the north. Ultimately, we will, when we're done with our building project to the south, we intend to be rehabbing that property and turning it into, a nice home. But until that point in time, it will remain, kind of as it is.
So your intent is to put houses on either side of Kearney and then make Kearney a green space? What is Kearney?
There is already a house immediately to the north, and we own that one. To the south, we own 4 lots, and there is a wooded area and a meadow. And then there is a spot where there used to be a little white house, so small that it kind of looked like a shack. That's where we'll be building our home. And we then own the lot to the south of that as well. So there's a lot, there's our house, there's 3 lots which comprise the meadow area and all the trees, and then the house to the north, which is a house which will be rehabbed.
So you're rehabbing, and then the meadow space that you're talking about will be the 3 lots that you just described? Is that correct?
Can I
Yeah,
approach and
please.
maybe make it easier?
Yeah,
There is a house right here.
okay.
That's the house that we purchased because we control the property on both sides of Kearney. That house is going to
Okay,
be in the interim, along with John. We put in a privacy house that they have a rehab.
okay.
The area that we're asking to be vacated is going to remain, as will this entire area. This is what I refer to. This is the house that has been removed. We'll be building our house larger than what existed previously, south as well. We'll be rebuilding right here.
Okay.
The rest of this will all remain green and wooded, and we'll be rehabbing the house.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, yes, that clears it up for me, yeah.
Articulating that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. All right.
Another
Any-
good development in that area.
Okay, all right.
Any questions I can answer for anyone?
I think that cleared it up for me, gentlemen. Any questions? Okay. All right, no?
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, does anyone else wish to speak on this before we close our public hearing? Okay, if not, we will close our public hearing now at, I believe it is 4:44. Okay, at this time, we will have item number 3, Kearney Street right-of-way vacation request. And again, we'll bring up Phil Burke. And right now, our task, go ahead.
It's okay.
Okay, or Mark, did you want to?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so sorry,
You
Mark.
just surprised him. He's about to retire, so you got to give him a little.
Yes, I know, but we want
gotta
to.
keep him right
Yes,
up.
we have to keep you active all the way through. Okay.
I think that couple maybe points of clarification from the public testimony. We are not aware, we've checked with our water and wastewater. I mean, is there an electric utility in there? We do not have any utilities in that right of way.
We don't have any utilities in that right of way.
Yeah.
They're to the street side and to the alley side.
Yeah, they run through the street and through the alley, through
And the electric
Washington
utilities
Street
on
and
the
through
front
the
side.
alley. Do you have a different map? Do you want to come up, Alan?
I just didn't want, I could be wrong, but I thought that the not the wastewater, but the street overflow, there's an access where it pours down to the opposite side of the street. There is.
Do you think there's kind of a natural drainage culvert there?
No, I could be wrong, I mean, but I
Tattoo doesn't show anything in
Yeah.
in that street right.
I can tell you, I walked it, I can tell you there's a sewer main
Yeah.
There's
Like
a
a
sewer-
inlet?
Sewer in the alley.
right, and I could be wrong again, but I thought that either here or right here,
Stormwater
the
inlet.
storm drain access, I just assumed that it ran across there. If I'm wrong, my assumption was that's.
Would you be willing to give us an easement on that if we need it?
Well,
It's not going to
it's not
matter
a willing-
because the statute requires that we reserve all public utilities running there. We can also reserve anything that in the future that we might want to do. Anybody's ever brought that?
Okay.
I just don't want
I
to
did.
pay
I was
for
not.
their easement.
We checked with staff and our maps, and we didn't see anything. The inlet you might be referring to could be as far west as the alley, because there is a sewer line running through that alley, north south. So, I mean, we'll make sure either way. If you all vote that you want to go forward with the vacation before we have the actual ordinance on, we'll confirm all of that because we'll need to specify that in the ordinance.
Well, if it's there, we're going to reserve it.
Yes,
As
right.
the statute requires.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you may very well be right. When I familiarized myself with the property over the years, I thought that our property extended quite a bit further back than it actually does. It was kind of a surprise when I found 75 feet. So you could be right that what I was thinking of as being there is down in the alley.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do know that when it had water flowing into it from the east, lowest from.
Sure.
Okay.
So somehow water is
Okay.
flowing.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
Okay.
Well, we'll
All right.
confirm that either way.
You will. Okay. All right.
But it's not on our current
Okay.
maps that we have. So.
Okay, all right, and then, so, with this, due and legal notice has been given by publication as required by our act, is that, yes?
Yes.
Publication and notification, so they're the Turnettes are the only adjacent landowners that are not separated by some other right-of-way. We published it in the newspaper about this public hearing.
Okay.
With enough notice, and I only received one call about this
Okay,
with a question from a landowner that's not directly adjacent. They just had some questions. They did not raise any actual opposition.
Okay, and so we're aware that no private rights will be injured or endangered by such action?
Private
if we-
rights? No, I do not believe so.
Okay, all right, very good.
The only thing I would be the next one potentially.
Okay, so the public will suffer no loss of inconvenience and,
Yeah, so that, my only question with that one would be, if this was not an island of right-of-way, as it is, I think that professional opinion, I would be hesitant to recommend voiding, or vacating right-of-way simply for green space. Usually, we look at vacating right-of-way for other potential reasons. And I would agree that the city has never had any plans that I'm aware of to build a street in that area. However, if we're not going to build a street, then it would remain green space, but then it would also be green space that's open to the public if it remains right-of-way. If it transfers to private hands, then it would be, closed. It would be your property, then you could put up a fence or something if you wanted to, and that would be your right to do that. But then it would theoretically suffer a loss to the public. You could also argue the other side of that, saying that it goes on the tax rolls, and so there's a benefit to the public as well.
and
So-
wouldn't we have to, if
We have to
if we don't
maintain
do it,
it.
we'd have to maintain it?
We do currently maintain it. There's not a whole lot to do because it's such a slope
That's
that
like a win-win
we love
situation.
Do we need a
It goes on
motion
the
on
tax
this?
rolls,
we will.
and we, those something that we have to maintain.
I'm simply discussing the points here from the statute that you consider potential loss of convenience to the public. And that's the only one that I can think of in the scenario that they described.
As it
So,
stands right now, though, have you had?
No, I don't, nobody's walking down the slope.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It is quite steep. If anything, the only time somebody might end up on that right-of-way is if they fell off of Washington Street. So I don't, again, I don't have any necessarily concerns with it. I just want to make sure that on the record, you all consider that.
Absolutely. Okay, so with that, then, there should be no reason, and the actual statute states, in justice to the petitioner, the prayer of the petitioner ought to be granted.
As how it's
Okay, so,
stated.
okay,
So-
so does anyone have,
I've been moved that we grant this.
okay?
So there's a,
Is there-
Be an ordinance, so you're gonna,
I need to know, number, I'm sorry, I don't have the
You're-
number.
you don't have
No.
but they can
Oh,
vote
okay.
yeah, you can vote to approve.
to approve that, and then we'll have an ordinance.
Yes, okay, so it has been moved and seconded that we vote to approve the recommendation to vacate the remaining Kearney Street right-of-way and have the parcel absorbed by the neighboring properties as shown in the application. At this time, are there any further questions, discussion? If not, this is a roll call vote. Tina, would you mind calling the roll?
Who moved?
Mike.
Commissioner
Slattery.
Slattery moved and Commissioner Murphy seconded.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
All right. And if you would please call the roll, Tina.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Slattery,
Yes.
Mayor Young,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilcox. Commissioner Greenlee.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil.
All right. Thank
Congratulations
you.
on another development in that area.
All right. Thank you.
Good to see you, Allison.
They're not.
Well, the rest of the property they will.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Okay, next we'll have public performance hearing downtown commercial rehabilitation grant closeout, CDBG 23-CR-001, and that is 733 Commercial Weld Properties LLC.
Thank you, Mayor. It's always a positive thing to stand here and do a grant closeout. That means we're on the back end of it and that the project is successful. That being said, I don't want to get too far into this before I mention that Brett Wagner is here with Government Assistance Services. Brett has forgotten, Brett knows more about CDBG than anybody in the state of Kansas, so I'm standing here because I wrote the Commission Action Report, and I'm a part of it, but if there are detailed questions about the grant, the closeout hearing, the review, any of the long list of CDBG requirements that this project has gotten through. I'm certainly not going to be shy about enlisting his assistance in getting those answered. So the next two items on the agenda are for this project. The first is that there's a required closeout public hearing, so we need to conduct that public hearing. And then the second thing is to authorize the mayor to execute the closeout documents that are included in the packet. That being said, for those watching at home, and to refamiliarize everyone here, 733 Commercial is the property that is currently occupied. It's the corner property at 8th and Commercial, currently occupied by the Artist Box, among other businesses. For a little bit of historical reference there, has been occupied by Walls of Books, Duck In, Waddle Out. Far enough back, there's a pharmacy in that building. And it's actually a larger, about 7,000 square feet, 2 storefronts on Commercial Street, and then I think actually 3 coming around 8th Street, so a pretty sizable property. The scope of work here was property acquisition. There was some substantial window replacement for ground, for storefronts that were on the street level. I think most folks saw it kind of come together with the paint job that was completed here most recently. There's some roof patching, some other, I would call this a building envelope project, meaning that the upstairs, for example, remains in the same condition that it was before. But this was an envelope project, and I hope that when you stand on the street now that it's substantially better than it was before. The property owner is Weld Properties. Their mailing address is out of Eudora. I know that that person, his name is G.W. Weld, have gotten to know him a little bit the last few years, and hosted him on a community tour, I'll say 3 or 4 years ago, and it led to him identifying this opportunity with CDBG, and that led to this investment. So if you have any questions about the project, about the grant, about the scope of work, process, I'm confident that between Brett and myself, we can get those answers.
I just have one question. Okay. Do they have plans to turn the second story into housing?
Yeah, so I was.
Or is this going to be?
I was conversing with the owner last week a little bit. I think there's some intention there. That being said, real estate investment is.
I understand.
So yes, that was part of the initial plan when we kind of concocted this idea, and he wound up buying the property and going through this. But that was always intended to be a 2-stage thing. CDBG doesn't gel well with residential type things. So anytime that's done, it's always a phase 1, which is now done, and then subsequent upper story stuff would be a phase 2. So we'll work on them and see if we can come up with something, but at the moment, I'm not aware of any immediate plans for that to take place.
Okay, so at this time, let's go ahead and open up the public hearing for Downtown Commercial Rehabilitation Grant Closeout, and we will start that now at 5:50, looks like it's 5:57?
4:57.
4:57, I'm so sorry. I'm an hour ahead. All right, at this time, do we have anyone that has any questions that wishes to speak on behalf of this? I do have a question. We currently have a business that occupies, is it a dress business there? And what else is there? Is that the main business?
So at the moment, the corner is occupied by the Artist Box. No, I'm sorry, not the Artist Box. Vintage Gypsy.
Okay.
Vintage Gypsy occupies the corner. They were previously down now, which is occupied by Heidi's Dress Shop.
Okay, all right.
The second storefront on Commercial was vacated by Artist Box.
Okay.
Artist Box relocated to the 400 block.
Okay.
So that storefront is currently vacant.
Okay.
So to the best of my knowledge, of the 4 commercial spaces there, 3 are occupied.
Okay, all right. And then, as you were addressing Commissioner Murphy, there has been discussion of doing something on that second floor?
Yes, I mean, I've seen some
Okay.
like preliminary layouts, but it's conceptual at this point.
Okay.
And rebuilding 7,000 square feet of something that's in that condition,
Yeah.
put a dollar figure on a per square foot thing and pretty quickly wind up with a seven-figure number. That's a heavy lift. So I'm not going
Okay.
to, we have not had that conversation very recently, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's,
Yeah.
if that doesn't happen, but I don't
Okay.
want to put words in his mouth either. I just don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, all right. Commissioners, any other questions? Anyone else? Any other questions? concerns?
How did the final inspection go? Were you there that day, Brett?
Brett Wagner, Governmental Assistance Services. The final inspection with the architect, everything was built according to the plans and specifications that were issued, and all payments have been made. So the owner was happy with it. As far as I know, I don't get involved with the city code process or anything like that, but as far as I know, everything has been settled there, so
Yeah.
should be okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Anything else that they need to consider during the public hearing part of this? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Yes.
So in the process, this building, which is, you can see it now because the paint job, it's called the Julius Kuhn block, is the original developer. That's the name of it. And so you might recall that property has been listed on the historic registry. And so this specific project did not utilize historic tax credits because of how the grant and things worked. It just wasn't worth going that route. But future renovation of the second floor could rely on historic tax credits, and that's a pretty beneficial way to go about it. So I wanted it to be clear in the public hearing that it is listed on the registry, although it wasn't a material part of this.
Okay, all right, but it's there in the event that something, okay.
So
very
did
good.
they take advantage of this tax rebate on the part they've done already, do you know?
I don't know the answer to that.
All right. Any other questions, comments?
Nope.
Okay, all right. We will close the public hearing now at 5 o'clock. And next, we will have a further discussion regarding authorizing the mayor to execute the CDBG grant. So do we have any questions? Is there anything else you need to let us know, Mr. Prejean?
I don't have any other comments. I did review all the closeout documents, and it looked like they did exactly what they said they were going to do from the start.
Okay, all right. Okay. Mr. Campbell, do you have anything to add in that? Okay, all right. If not, I would entertain a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the CDBG grant 23-CR-001733 Commercial Street Grant closeout documents. Is
I'll
there?
move that.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Do we have any questions, discussion? If not, all those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we will have Mr. Westhoff with Resolution 3429, updating the open records policy. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Thank you. See
Uh-huh.
you next time.
All right.
All right.
See it, Atchison?
Up here. Okay, so there were some changes this year to the Kansas Open Records Act regarding how cities and counties handle open records requests. Tina Fitzpatrick, our city clerk, is the custodian of record for our open records. She attended a training with the League of Kansas Municipalities on these changes to the Open Records Act and came back and said that we probably need to make a couple adjustments to our open records policy to make sure we are in compliance with the changes in the act. So in front of you now is Resolution 3429, which updates the open records policy as of today. There were a couple changes on that. The main things were removing a 25-cent per page copying fee that we had on record for anything exceeding 10 pages, and then updating the staff time charge for any large requests that take more than 30 minutes of staff time you are now able to charge a different amount. We are moving it from 15 per hour to 19.25 per hour. Again, that's only for requests that take staff more than 30 minutes, and that's to offset the cost of lost staff time in complying with the open records request. We don't have too many of those where we actually charge time. That's usually whenever we have to go through older records, get down into the vault, make paper copies, those kinds of things. So those are the major changes to the policy.
Okay. All right. Do we have any questions?
I just have
Yep.
one, kind of redundant, but if they pay for this with a card, are we going to charge them the percentage on this service as well?
So we are not charging a fee on our new credit cards, but the processor they charge a fee for their services.
But that fee will be on anything that would, if they were to get something that takes 10 hours and they pay for it with a debit card, the processor's going to charge the percentage.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Or they could pay with check or cash.
No, I know. I'm just saying that they pay with a card, though.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or concerns? Okay. If not, is there a motion to adopt Resolution 3429, updating the open records policy for the city of Atchison?
I'll make such a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, so Commissioner Murphy moved and Commissioner Slattery seconded the motion. Is there any other further question, discussion? If not, all those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, Mr. Westhoff, communications.
We did not have any communications received for this meeting, and then the next thing I have is just my city manager update.
Okay.
Okay. As Commissioner Murphy alluded to, we are moving forward with a new credit card processor. Their fee is 3.15% for online or card transactions with a minimum of $2.50. At the same time, they will be providing a better user experience, a new online interface for people to make those payments, to set up paperless billing, as well as a wider range of payment options, and including a lot of the apps that people use to make payments now. So those will be available. We're working with them on the transition, which will definitely be a process. It's looking like it's probably safest to just say January 1st, 2026 for implementing that full steam ahead. We'll be putting out those flyers in people's utility bills. We'll also be making announcements online. We're going to make this really consistent, as well as Invoice Cloud themselves will be reaching out to people who have set up their payments online to make sure they know how to transfer service. So that will be going forward. Additionally, our IT projects have begun in earnest here at City Hall and around the city, different city locations. We may have a short period of network downtime for a half day. We'll make an announcement if we're going to do that, and then they will be full service on November 1st. Contractors are working at LFM on the splash pad and the sidewalk connection between the two parts of the park. We are still waiting on the picnic shelter, some surfacing at the playground, and the basketball court lighting. So that once those are in, we'll let you know. Patriot Street Bridge, we have a pre-construction meeting this week. The contractor KDOT selected is Reese Construction. They're out of Salina. Again, this is covered 100% by KDOT's off-system bridge program. Unless we hear otherwise at the pre-construction meeting, we anticipate them to start on that bridge replacement on November 3rd. So the folks over in Branchton area, just be aware of that. That project's going to be happening. You'll have to kind of go around while they're replacing that bridge. Laramie Street, crews were able to get the base coat of asphalt down on Laramie Street, and the asphalt plant in St. Joe broke down on the day that they were planning to do the top coat. So We're planning to do that top coat this Wednesday, weather permitting. Obviously today, wouldn't have been able to do any work if they had planned it. So we submitted a grant application to the KDOT cost share program. This is for an extension. Next year, we are doing Unity Street curb and sidewalk between 2nd and 6th Street. We received that grant through KDOT as well, along with 5th Street between the middle school and Unity. We applied to this KDOT cost share program to extend that sidewalk project on Unity a few more blocks down to 10th. Is that right? Yeah. So we'll hear back from them on that. It would be an 80-20 grant, so we would have a local match we could take out of the street department and curb and sidewalk budgets in the CIP. But hopefully, if they approve that, we can add on to that project and get the curb and sidewalk extended down to 10th Street. The new weir covers have been placed at the wastewater treatment plant. You recall, you approved those to help prevent algae growth in the clarifiers. So those have been installed. Everything went well as far as I heard. You approved the water main replacement project in town. That's going to begin this fall and extend into next year. So we'll be putting out notices of that when we get a better timeline so people know when their water might be interrupted in places throughout the city. We talked about the area there on Raven Hills a little bit with the street vacation conversation, but obviously, if you drive by there, quite a few foundations are going in of new homes in that area. There's a lot of excitement over there. They finished the grading work on the sites that are not being currently planned for construction. You can see they went in and seeded all of that so that there's not going to be major runoff issues while they sell those lots. And then they still, as far as I understand, still planning to work on First Street between Riley and Laramie sometime this fall. This week, I will be at the LKM conference in Overland Park. I believe Mayor and Commissioner Slattery are attending as well. So I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll have my phone if anyone needs anything, but we will be down there hopefully connecting with other cities in the state of Kansas, coordinating and learning as much as we can. So I just mentioned, Commissioner Slattery mentioned the neighborhood revitalization program, rebate program a number of times. I have not officially heard back from the county on our request for a joint meeting about that. I did speak with one of the commissioners today, and they again seem open to it, but we have not received an actual response from their commission yet. I will be attending their county meeting tomorrow on other matters, and so I will ask them again to get a response. The 90 days is up, I believe, at the end of November, where if nothing has happened, then the county will withdraw from that neighborhood revitalization program, which we all believe has been very successful for development in the city of Atchison. The question about the county maybe is another one that we can have with them. So I will keep you updated on that. Obviously, if they want to hold a joint workshop on that, it would be open to the public, open to any concerned individuals one way or the other, and you all would be there, obviously. So any other questions for me?
I would just reiterate, I would really hope that we could gather with the city or with the county to talk about the neighborhood revitalization program. As some of you know, I am on the board of the League of Kansas Municipalities. We were out in Garden City at the early part of June, and it was just wonderful to see how Finney County was able to grow. I would really love to see Atchison County be able to do that. In doing so, partnership between city and county is critical. And so I would hope that we could certainly meet with the county to talk about the neighborhood revitalization, because that's something that, as you said, we all agree has helped all of our citizens, not just the city, but also the county as well.
Does either the city or the county have a list of projects that have been completed through that program?
Yes.
Can that be made available to us?
Sure. Yeah, it's long. I mean, the program's been in place for over 30 years. The most recent iteration is 5 years old. 2021, so 4 or 5 years old. But the program itself has been in place in one form or another for over 30 years. So the list is long, and more recently, I think we've seen an uptick in it as well, so.
Okay.
I can get that for you.
I just have a little question. We had talked earlier in the year about traffic lights at 14th and Main being replaced.
Yes.
Where are we on?
So we've been waiting on KDOT. Do you have an update? You're still waiting on KDOT? Okay, yeah. So we have the stoplights. We have the equipment. It requires KDOT to program the box. Is that accurate?
Last I knew, they're waiting on specifications from the, maybe more specifically. This isn't our local KDOT, folks. This is an office, probably down at Topeka's, specializes. And they really dial in on this.
Is what's going to be replaced, including the poles themselves?
No, it should just be the
signals and the
light
box.
fixtures?
Mhm. The signals and the computer.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, we've been wanting to get it done for.
Getting dimmer and dimmer.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
We'll reach out to them again and see if they can expedite anything.
Right, any other questions, concerns? All right, thank you, Mr. Westhoff. That was great report, great report. Okay, at this time, we will have governing body reports. Commissioner Greenlee.
Anything?
All right. Vice Mayor.
Good luck to the Chiefs tonight. Good shirt there, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you guys don't have anything, we got a corn picking contest. I'd like to announce to everybody to come to Saturday. It's the statewide corn picking contest. That group has been working on getting the state contest moved here for quite a while, so.
Okay.
Chucking, that's correct.
Okay.
Where's that at?
It's straight north of Lancaster.
North of Lancaster. Okay.
Where is it? Okay.
Might throw my,
They have a lot of it.
Okay.
The kids love it.
I've done plenty.
Is Ray Penning going to be there?
Probably so.
If anybody beats Ray Penning,
Yeah,
give him
that's,
$25.
Okay.
Bob Staley used to hold his own.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bob was.
Okay, all right, very good, all right.
Okay.
Anything further, Commissioner Slattery?
what was that?
Anything further?
No,
Okay.
that's top of the list right there.
Okay, very good. Commissioner Murphy?
I have nothing, thank you.
Okay, all right, and I don't, but I do have to say, with the corn shucking, my grandmother used to make corn shuck dolls and
Oh,
silk and
yeah.
all of that, so appreciate that.
Well, you'll have
All
to
right.
come out.
All right, I very well may. I absolutely may. Okay, all right. Well, with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move with adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Second it.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn to Land Bank. So we are adjourning to Land Bank.
that's right, I
All right,
forgot.
all those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same side. Motion carries. We are adjourned to Land Bank.
take a little break, or you?
What do you feel, gentlemen? Shall we take a break, or are you okay?
Press on.
Okay, we're pressing on. Okay, all right, very good. So we will open with Land.